everybody, welcome to my channel. I have been MIA for the whole month of January because I filmed so much for December for Vlogmas that I kind of was just like done. I needed a break. I needed to kind of refocus and do something else. I was kind of like overwhelmed by it, and so I decided I want to try and upload monthly at least because I want to keep my channel like alive, and I really enjoy making videos. But it's so hard when I've got like all this housework and stuff to do and taking care of little Miss Natalie, who is 17 months old now. So she is running around causing chaos, and I just hopped in the shower, quickly got ready. She's actually still upstairs napping, so I have to like make this quick. But as you can tell by the title, my January like highs and lows, or January kind of like updates and kind of favorites, I don't know. But I thought that I would kind of wrap up the month of January and kind of talk about things that happened, just to kind of document it. A couple years ago, I used to actually like, so I bullet journal, which is I kind of write everything kind of important. How many times can I say kind of? And on that day. And then at the end of the month, I kind of look back and I think, okay, this was a big deal, this was fun, this is, you know, cool to remember, and then this was like, oh, you know, but that happened for January. So I thought that to kind of keep my channel up and going and alive, that I would create a new series that I would do each month. So for January, I started to write down notes actually yesterday. Today is the 2nd of February, so we'll see how quickly I can edit this and publish it. But I kind of wanted just to start and say, hey, how are ya? I'm wearing a Mickey Mouse shirt today. It's still wrinkled because I didn't care. But anyway, I'm gonna jump into it. I got my notebook that I've been writing notes in. So this is gonna be like all over the place because I wrote down whatever I could think of at that moment. So bear with me. And so we're going to start with, I actually got 3 new Maries, not today, but for January. And I used to collect Pooh Bears, and I still kind of do. Like if I see a cute new one that I don't own, I'm gonna snatch them up. But I kind of was trying to retire from that because my collection was like so big and kind of overwhelming, and I actually could probably go through it again and get rid of some if I really wanted. But Natalie is absolutely in love with Marie. So I thought, you know what? I love Marie too. Let's just start collecting Marie. So I got 3 new ones. They're darling, they're adorable, she loves them. She can always spot them in a crowd, it's super cute. The next thing is I have been working on organizing my brain in a way for my chores, like weekly. I've always seen a bunch of people do like chores that they do every week, every 2 weeks, every month, kind of annually things, and I've always wanted to do that because I feel like there's so much chaos going on. I'm always cleaning and it's never like happy in the house. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna set aside a day for each thing so I don't get overwhelmed, because growing up we used to clean the house every Friday, like the entire house up and down, and it was like, oh, I hated it. And so back before we had little Miss Natty running around, it was just easier to clean up, but now it's like I really have to prioritize my timing. So that is one thing I have been working on. Like, I can't even remember what it is because it's like on my calendar in the kitchen, but for what I can remember right now, because it's Saturday, Fridays, yesterday, are my laundry days, and every 2 weeks I wash the bed sheets. So it's the kind of stuff like that, and like Wednesdays I clean the bathroom, and then Mondays I just focus on the floors, like sweeping, vacuuming, and mopping. And let me tell you, that takes all day. It's like a whole day process, and poor little girl is so terrified of the vacuum. So it's really like a whole day thing, and to like spread out my chores throughout the week and kind of organize it and see what I need to be doing that day. It's like, okay, I'm at ease. I got this under control. At night, I actually have been reading Wild Like Me. It's Louise Pentland's first book, her first novel. I don't know, maybe a quarter in, and I'm really liking it, but it's been really fun to kind of sit in bed and read her book. It's very like mommy-daughter humor, like it's cute and I like it and I'm enjoying it. So I don't usually read books and I'm not a big reader, but I am like having fun reading that one. So yay me, I've been reading a book. Speaking of like nighttime, I have been working on routines. Routine for myself for the morning and a routine for Natalie for the evening. For myself in the mornings, I've really kind of struggled and just like didn't ever want to get out of bed, out of my pajamas, get the day going. Like I was just like, ugh, you know? So I was like, all right, we're gonna set a plan and we're gonna stick to it and do it to help myself feel better. So I would usually try and wake up before Natalie gets too awake. That doesn't really happen. But like her monitor starts to go off and she gets louder, and like she'll play with her toys and stuff for a little bit and then just like start to like whine louder, and that's when like we'll wake up and bring her up a bottle of milk to drink. Anyway, but for myself, I have been applying the energy lotion and like smelling that on my hands and stuff, kind of like, okay, all right. And then I would try and have some water, and then I would eventually come downstairs, make myself a cup of coffee, and try and get dressed, because as soon as I get dressed, like it's fine. Like, all right, I'm like, okay, you know, I have a fresh pair of pants on and everything's good to go. So that has been for me. And then for Natalie in the evenings, it's been really nice that we, you know, she knows when it's like 7 o'clock and she's tired. We go up the stairs and she knows, she's crying, she's waving goodbye, and change her diaper, put in her pajamas, and then I put on the sleep essential oils, I think is what it's called, like the lavender stuff, and then she lays down for a little bit, like on myself, and I kind of rock her in the chair, and then I read her a story. I have this book, it's like bedtime stories from Disney, and it's so cute, and she'll lay there and she'll listen to the stories and eventually kind of like stop wiggling about. Sometimes I'm lucky enough, like the story's long enough and I don't know, maybe it's boring, but she'll fall asleep and it's just the sweetest thing. I love it. So I'll kind of like creak out of the bedroom as quietly as I can and, you know, whisper I love you, and then she's good to go, and she sleeps with the fan on because the radiator in there, I don't know how to turn it down, and it is so hot in there. So she's got a fan going, and she's just like her mom and dad because we need to sleep with a fan too. So that's just what it is. And I looked down at the monitor and she's awake, so I gotta hurry. Back to like the weekly chores thing, I have set aside every Saturday, which is today, that I need to get to after I do this video, is I have been working on editing and organizing my pictures and my videos. I have collectively, I can't tell you how many pictures and videos, but I started from like 2008, 2009 kind of era, and like 2010, like around the time I was graduating high school and like the wedding and stuff, all up until now, that I have separate folders and separate months in the folders, and then I name those pictures to kind of like keep it organized. And I have been working on that forever, and it seems like it's a never-ending journey of it can never be finished. So I have been working on that, and I can finally declare that I've got all of that kind of organized and good and set to go and looking good. And I put it on my external hard drive, and obviously I haven't done 2019 because January just ended. So it feels so good and relieving to have that all like done and taken care of. And whenever we have a conversation about what we did, it's like, oh, I can look back. We can see what we're doing that month for whatever. Like we were talking about like if we went to a Utes game or something, and it's like, oh, when was that? What year was that? And I can go back and be like, oh, it's 2012. And I was like, oh, cool. So that feels really good for me. I think it's 2011, 2013 printed in like albums, but I like, that's so much. That's just a waste of money. So it just sits on the computer and I print my favorites, and that feels so good to have those put together. It feels like my life literally in memories is taken care of, and it's like, oh, it feels nice. I have been working not every day, but at least every week on the basement, on decluttering and getting rid of things and organizing and reboxing things, and it's a toll. Like, I want to get rid of things for the space because we've got so much stuff, but at the same time, it's so hard for me because some of it is really sentimental. Like yesterday, I actually just finished reorganizing and folding all of Natalie's old like newborn clothes and blankets and stuff, and I got rid of a few. I came up with a laundry basket full of clothes, so that was nice. But I want to continue to do that throughout like all of the basement kind of stuff. Just, I opened a box and it was our trophies, Corey's and I, from like high school. It's just like, whoa, like some of these are fun and cool, but some of them are like, we don't remember them and they're just taking up space. So I've been working on that, and it feels good to like have a weight kind of lifted a little bit. But now I need to focus on like getting it out of the house since I've declared it like I don't want it anymore. So that is something that I have been working on, and shall keep you updated, hopefully, within the months to see how well that is going. And speaking of kind of like cleaning up and stuff, I was really happy. I redid Natalie's toy nook just around the corner over there. She had like this Minnie Mouse pink bin thing for all of her toys, and it was exposed and kind of like overwhelming just with like the mess and all the toys. So I went through all of that and I reorganized it, and oh my goodness, it looks so much better. Corey was giving me like like props, I guess, on like, wow babe, like it looks so OCD and so good and nice. I was like, yes, I have accomplished my goal. And it kind of looks like a preschool room, and I love that because it's just like neat and clean, and it just feels inviting, you know, like I want to go and sit in there more than it just like, what is going on? It's just like all of these toys just plopped in there, and now it's all cute and organized. So that feels good, and I know that she enjoys it. I want to talk about shows really quick, and I'm trying to go fast. I don't know how long this video is going to take, but I have been watching, just finished, Tidying Up by Marie Kondo. I think that's her name, and it was fun because Corey saw something on Twitter, and then he told me about the show. He's like, hey, you should go watch this. I know how much you like cleaning. And I was like, okay. So I didn't know anything about it, and I watched it, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's so cool that she's a Japanese woman, because we lived in Japan for a couple years. And so it was like, oh, it kind of felt like home. I don't know, it was nice. And the show was a little, like, the people in it to me were kind of annoying, and they did make a difference in their homes, but I felt like they could have done more. So I don't know, it kind of made me, I guess, like start to clean the house a little bit more and like to get rid of stuff. And my friend, she's having a series on her channel about like decluttering and getting things out of the house, and I'm like, that is so inspiring. I want to do the same. So that's what I think kind of made me get started on like getting stuff out of the basement and stuff. I've always been pretty good about it because we move so much, about things that I don't want to keep anymore. But like eventually you just kind of forget what you have, you know, it's hidden in a box. So it was nice to kind of like watch these two things and be like, oh, I want to do it too. And the other show is, I have been watching Siren. It's on Hulu, the old season. I think there's a new one airing now. It's season 3, or I don't even know. But it's about a mermaid who comes on land. I think it's from Freeform, the like what used to be ABC Family, but kind of got like raunchy a little bit. So I don't know. It's a whole other topic, but yeah, I've been enjoying that. And This Is Us, obviously, but I mean, I just wanted to stick to new things for January, and Siren and tidying up around those things. I have been doing a Disney movie challenge every other day for the month of January. I have watched, I don't know, is it 12 movies now? 13? I don't know the math. But every even day, so like the 2nd, the 4th, the 6th, 8th, etc., I've been watching a new Disney movie. Not new, but just animated movies that I haven't watched in like so long. And I was doing an Instagram poll on them and like making 2 and then having people like decide which one, and I would watch the one that was like the favorite. So that has been fun. It's been challenging because it's like I have to set aside the time to watch those movies, and it's usually like at night, and I get so tired. And so, but it's been fun. I've been loving like throwing Disney back into my life. A couple more topics I want to throw in there really quick is a huge one. I was so excited to announce that my sister, Sydney, she's expecting, she's about like, is it 17 weeks along, 18 weeks along now? I can't remember, but they just had their gender reveal party last weekend, and they found out that they're having a boy. I'm so happy. I'm very excited for my sister to have a little kid, a little baby, and I'm excited for Natalie to have a cousin and to have a little boy. So it's gonna be really fun to like spoil the crap out of him, and I can't wait to go and see him. So I'm gonna be in Utah in June because I'm a bridesmaid for my cousin, and her due date is in June, and she's in Idaho. So hopefully I can swing it and like go up and see her and see the baby, and finally meet Tristan, her, is it baby daddy? I don't know. They're talking about being engaged and being married. I think they're engaged. I don't know. I'm terrible, but just so much love, and I'm so excited. So yay, congratulations guys. For New York, I wanted to update. It has been freezing. It snowed once, like really big in November, and it snowed a couple of times in December, but then come January, it like was so cold. I can't remember what the lows were, but it was like freezing, and people were like, you know, scared to go out of the house and be out for a long time because you could get like frostbite and it just wasn't good for your lungs and stuff. So that was a bit scary. We stayed inside a lot of the time, and so I think like I was starting to get stir crazy and I was cleaning even more, which is, I don't know if it's a good thing because it's like that chore kind of got taken care of, but it was really cold and I'm so looking forward to summer months because I want to get out more of the house and explore more of New York. But it is so cold and it's very hard to do that with a little girl because I want to keep her warm. And it's easier to not be spending that much money when it's cold because you just want to stay home. So we actually have done really good on that front. I kind of want to just like plug that in really quickly that we haven't been spending that much money for the month of January. So that felt nice to kind of like see the books, because I have like a money log that I write everything down in, and to see that number kind of like slowly go down, and you know, we're getting back to paying off debt and stuff, feels really like responsible and good. So I really want to keep that up. And to wrap up this video, because it's probably really long, is you can obviously tell that I got a haircut, and I can't remember how long it was before, but when I was in the salon I was like, can you keep going, can we keep going? I could probably do a little bit shorter. To me this is ish short, I don't know, but like it kind of bugs me because it almost feels like it's not even. Maybe it's just like the layers, I don't know, but it's weird. So I don't wear it down a whole lot, but yay, I got a new haircut. To wrap up the video on a low, but I've had plenty of highs, not to worry, is I unfortunately got what is called my impetigo. It's like a really bad stress cold sore, I guess I would say it. I decided to go down to the Bronx Mall because I wanted to show Natalie Billy Bees. It's like this soft play area for like celebrating her turning 17 months. So we went down there and it was just like, I don't even want to talk about it so much because I want my anxiety levels to go up, but holy moly, that was such a bad idea to do that by myself when like all the teenagers got out of school, and it's just like Billy Bees wasn't that great for how young she is still. So it was just an experience, and my impetigo unfortunately popped up, but it's been going away slowly. I have been logging when I get that as well, and I get it like, I want to say every like 6 months or so. Like I have a big like panic attack and it just shows up, so that stinks, but that's just, I don't know how my body kind of reacts to stuff. So I'm finally done talking. Sorry it's so long. Thanks for sticking to the end, but I kind of wanted just to say, hey, this has been what's been happening in my January, and I can't wait to show you what happens in February, which I'll probably upload at the beginning of March if this like continues the way it does. But I'm gonna go see Natty because she's starting to like move around, and I think that she's getting hungry for some lunch. And I think next time that I'm gonna try and think about the goals that I want to do for, I guess, March, or I don't know. But I think one thing I do want to work on is I want to work on cooking more and preparing better meals for Nat and myself. But basically it's like she's my motivation. I want to make sure that she's getting enough nutrition and stuff. So I don't know, cheer me on. If you have anything to say, please leave a comment down below. I will like it and comment. So thanks. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. I know that this video gets shared on Facebook a lot, and that's how my viewers get it. But I want to encourage you to scroll down, maybe subscribe to the channel, make a YouTube sort of thing account of your own, and kind of encourage me to keep going. And I really appreciate it. And thank you so much. I love you all, and I shall see you hopefully before the end of the month if I can get another video out there. I really want to try and make more, but anyways, just wanted to say thanks, and yeah, okay, bye!